Hello everyone, it's me Evan, and welcome back to the channel. So, we're here today to look at the Moth Mark II. Now, this is a very different model from the one that I showed in my fleet review video, which would be this one. Basically what happened is I decided that I needed to do a full remodel on the ship, basically. And so, I went from this to this, and it actually gained, well, it didn't gain too much in terms of weight. I think it gained about, let's check. This one comes in at 1,233,000 versus $1 million. So it's an extra 200,000, although a lot of that is in cargo weight, so it can be shed throughout a battle through a liberal distribution of artillery shells. You can see the artillery are more uniformly placed on this model as compared to the Mark I, as well as there just being, well, there's one less heavier turret, I guess, because we trade out this assault cannon for instead having a single Gatling gun up top. But the main damage dealers are still going to be your artillery anyway, so it's not a huge issue. And of course, once you get close, these rockets will do quick work. They're a little less protected than in the previous version, but they have better arcs of fire over the top and bottom of the ship. And then overall, the armor is actually much better in the front of the ship as well, including the fact that the railgun is tucked away safely in there, so versus it being exposed out here. The actual ship itself is a block shorter in terms of the overall length. Part of that is because that I used a standard hydrogen thruster rather than the industrial one here. But just generally, this is a rebuild of the ship, basically by the same lines. But yeah, so let's get a little tour going on, and I guess I'll release this one as well since I'm kind of reviewing both of them. So the Mark II and the Mark I will both be coming out. Let's start here with the Mark I's interior. You can see single room, not a lot of space, but it's used compactly. It's even got a toilet. Single bed, well, actually two beds, I think. Yep, the other bed's up here. Everything's kind of scattered around though. But we do have a separate bridge. Oh, meteor storm. We have a separate bridge here, which is nice. Not that it would get used much, but it's there. Let's look at the interior on this thing to compare, because that one had a rather modest interior. It was very small. This one, on the other hand, has a fair bit more room to work with, because I restructured the entire ship. So we've got our little armory here. We've got our main control cockpit right here. We've got our survival kit, a shower bathroom combo. Rather nice. And then if we go up to this ladder, you can see we've got this nice little social area. You can access the jump drive from here. There's a cargo container with a bunch of equipment in it. You've got beds, two beds here, a little kitchen, and a bar. So I'd say that this interior is a fair bit better, especially because it's also laid out in a more concise way, like the beds aren't scattered around to different spots. And it's, of course it's airtight. It's got these, well, I'm gonna go close the door. See, it pressurizes up really fast. Yeah, so pretty good. Now let's check out the mobility. Mark I's going to be a fair bit faster than this, but unloaded, I think this one's actually lighter. Yeah, So not the best acceleration, because you are in a rather heavy ship for your size, just because of the armor load. I think it does look better flying it, but yeah, we've got our cameras. Let's just, why not? Let's core the old one. And there. Don't think I got through. Oh no, I did get through to the hydrogen tank. I just didn't manage to destroy it. I have to say, one thing I'm very proud of with these ships is how well that hydrogen tank is protected in general. Like, obviously, if you're getting shot from the side, it's gonna kind of suck, but with both of these ships, getting like hits, like glancing blows against the hydrogen area is just not going to yield results because it's just armored. And of course, in front of it's armored as well. You can see that even though we shot a railgun at it, it still didn't explode. Brought it very close to doing so. If we'd maybe hit one of these thrusters instead, it would have probably detonated. But it didn't. I mean, obviously once that goes, the ship's knocked out. Like, it's done. And that's true for both of them. In fact, I think it's actually more true for the Mark II, because one thing that the Mark I has is another hydrogen tank forward in the bow that allows it to sort of limp along without its main hydrogen. But honestly, I think it just opens up more vulnerabilities than it does offer utility. Yeah, you can see right here, that's our hydrogen. You'll also notice that our jump drive is very forward and it's exposed on the side, whereas the jump drive in the Mark II, if we come back over to the ship, the jump drive in the Mark II is actually on top, and granted it is still exposed, but it's further back on the ship and in a less vulnerable location. So hopefully it catches a little less flak and stays in the fight longer. Basically, this whole thing is just an armor and layout revision, but in terms of how it will fight, it's probably about the same. Why are Gatling guns like this? I know you don't like the rocks, the flying rocks, but please, Gatling gun. Yeah, that happens. Anyhow, what else? We've got little vents here in case you wanted to look at those. When you fire the railgun, it is enough for them to show. So if we send this other Grub off to Valhalla here, you can see the vents open up. Yeah, once that tank's gone, the whole ship's kind of critical. Yeah, overall, pretty nimble. It turns rather quickly, which is very nice. Yep, this is the ship. I'll be posting both of these on the workshop, and the links will be in the description of this video. So with that being said, you guys have a good day, and stay tuned for the next one where we cover the Meganura Mark III, I believe. So yeah, see ya.